In today's video, we'll be exploring why we are borrowing money from banks and other countries, since we can just print a lot of money to support the development of the country. While it may seem like an easy solution, printing more money can have serious consequences for economic stability. It's important to understand the implications of this approach and to explore alternative solutions for managing the government debt and maintaining a stable economy. So, let's delve into this topic and examine why printing money to pay off debt is not a viable solution. If we look at the national debt of the Philippines or unpaid borrowed funds per year, the debt is increasing. As of February 2023, the general government debt of the Philippines amounts to 13.42 trillion Philippine peso. And if we balance this debt to our gross domestic product growth rate, it is not enough to pay off this debt. And the debt to GDP ratio is increasing. Printing money can seem like an easy way to pay off debt, but it can have serious consequences for the economy, particularly inflation. When a country prints more money, it increases the supply of money in circulation, which can lead to a decrease in the value of the currency and a rise in prices. Because of this inflation, wholesale price and the consumer price index are increasing. This means that people's savings and income become worth less, and the cost of living goes up, making it harder for people to afford the things they need. In extreme cases, printing too much money can lead to hyperinflation, where prices spiral out of control and the currency becomes worthless. This can lead to economic instability, social unrest, and a breakdown of the government's ability to provide basic services. Furthermore, printing money to pay off debt doesn't actually solve the underlying problem of the debt itself. It may provide a temporary solution, but it doesn't address the reasons why the debt was accumulated in the first place, such as overspending or a lack of revenue. In fact, printing money can actually make the debt problem worse in the long run, as it can lead to higher interest rates and a decrease in confidence in the economy, which can make it harder for the government to borrow money in the future. So, what is the solution? It's important for governments to pursue responsible and sustainable fiscal policies to manage their debts and maintain a stable economy. This includes balancing spending and revenue, reducing unnecessary expenses, and increasing revenue through taxes or other means. In general, the amount of money that a country prints should be commensurate with the level of economic growth and the demand for money. If the economy is growing and the demand for money is increasing, then the central bank may need to print more money to keep up with the demand. If the economy is overheating and inflation is becoming a concern, the central bank may increase interest rates or raise reserve requirements to reduce the amount of money in circulation. Conversely, if the economy is experiencing a recession or low inflation, the central bank may lower interest rates or reduce reserve requirements to stimulate economic activity and increase the money supply. Some countries like Zimbabwe, Venezuela, and Germany experienced an economic problems due to excessive money printing in the past. In Germany in the 1920s, after World War I, the government faced significant debt and reparations payments. To pay for these expenses, the government resorted to printing more money, which led to hyperinflation. At its peak in 1923, the German mark became almost worthless, with prices doubling every few days. This resulted in widespread economic hardship, social unrest, and political instability. In Zimbabwe, the government faced a severe economic crisis in the early 2000s, characterized by a combination of political instability, economic mismanagement, and corruption. To finance its expenses, including costly military interventions in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the government resorted to printing money, which led to hyperinflation. At its peak in 2008, prices in Zimbabwe doubled every 24 hours, and the country's currency became almost worthless. This resulted in widespread poverty, food shortages, and political instability. In Venezuela, they suffered the same fate due to a lack of leadership and economic mismanagement, resulting in widespread poverty, hunger, and social unrest. Overall, the right amount of money that a country should print for stability is a complex issue that depends on a variety of economic factors. Central banks and governments need to pursue responsible and sustainable fiscal policies to balance the need for economic growth with the need for price stability and avoid inflationary pressures. Thank you for watching today's video on why we can't just print money to pay off debt. I hope this has been informative, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments below.